Hey, it's Dave from the Redneck Garage. Well, I'm on the home stretch with the JK. I am just thrilled with the way it's looking right now. Let's take a walk around. I'll show you where I'm at. I'm painting vinyl pieces, putting up little pieces here and there, little piddly stuff. My van went down, my Dodge Ram ProMaster, 36,000 miles, transmission goes out. I think it's a controller, which isn't that big a deal. What is a big deal is I took it to the dealership and they said, well, it's probably going to be about a month before we can look at it. A month! A month before they can look at it, but it's under warranty, so don't worry about it. Although for a month of income, you know, I only have 12 in a year. You know, when I lose like $10,000 because I can't work because all my tools and everything are in my mobile office, which is in the ProMaster van, you know, it's not a big deal to them, but to me it's a big, huge deal. So I'm hoping that Carl, the service manager, will intervene on my part and try to get that thing in and out of there, so at least I can go back to work. So anyway, that's giving me a lot of time to finish up on the Jeep. I'm getting sidetracked because I just want to yell about the dealership situation, and it's not just the Chrysler dealer, the Lexus dealer, where Jennifer took the car the other day for just routine maintenance. They're like, it doesn't need anything, because they're so far behind. They're like 2 months behind there too. So I don't know where all these people that used to work went, but they ain't working. Let's take a look at the Jeep, because I am working. The winch is all installed, the lights are installed, looks great. The front bumper is just absolutely beautiful. I got a little bit of wiring left to do in the junction box, but other than that, that looks good. I got this door back together. Got this door back together, got the glass in it, the motor works, it looks great. Working on the windshield, got the new console painted, ready to go back in. I think that's part of the console, hinge for the console. Got an airbrush that I've been doing a little bit of touch up with. I'll do a video on that later. Interior's looking super sharp. Steering wheel still looks crappy. Working on getting this door put back together. I thought I had this finished and I'd forgotten to put the rubber piece in, so I would have had a real airish gap right there in the cowl. So I took that loose, put it back together. I can go ahead and put the, I believe I can put the plastic on. I don't think it's going to interfere with putting in the windshield, but it's looking really sharp. Got the new shifter installed. No more janky shifter looks. Radio. So the lights were burnt out on the heater control, and a factory one was like $400, but they had them in China for like, I think it was like 120 with shipping and everything, and it would take a couple weeks to get in. So I ordered one. A couple weeks goes by, I got the shifter in, it's from China. But as far as like the heat control, no heat control, and I finally emailed them. I was just like, hey, Ying Wang, Wang Yang Yao Yao, where's my heat control? And they said, oh, not shipped yet, not shipped yet. It'll be end of October, can you wait? And I'm like, no, I can't wait. So it looks like I'm going to put the old one back in. I've got another one ordered from another Asian friend over there somewhere, and I'm going to get my money back for the first one, because why are they selling stuff they don't have? Anyway, all that to say is I got to put the dash back together. I was waiting for that heater control so I'd be finished with it, but when I get that heater control in, I'll have to take it back apart and put the new control in. All for the fact of the lights in these will burn out, and there's no way to replace the bulbs because it's soldered into the circuit board. I mean, yeah, you can replace them, but I can't get the knobs off of this one. So instead of just destroying it, trying to get the knobs off, I'm going to leave it alone. Maybe later I'll try to get it apart, but this stupid thing is the knobs are just seized on it. So that's where I'm at with that. I will say this, the color bond that I'm using, and I've got a link down below, it is the Shizzle, my nizzle. If you want it to look like a gate finish for the Jeeps, this stuff is awesome. I love it. It's a two-part process really for me. I put in the LVP refinisher, and then I use this satin clear, because if you don't use the clear in it, it looks kind of dull. So a little bit of satin clear on top of it makes it look like a factory finish. So I am refinishing the door panel. Yay! Actually, it's a three-step process. I need to go back. I use an adhesion spray, adhesion promoter, just a real quick spray over that, and then I go with the color and then the satin clear, and it tends to hold up really well. It doesn't peel off and scratch or anything like that. So the adhesion promoter does actually work. I'm not a big proponent of extra stuff, but that stuff actually does make it stick a lot better. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like after I put the color on, and you'll be able to see. No, that's in the plastic. You'll be able to see how dull it looks, and then we'll clear it. But as far as like color goes, ooh, yes, it looks nice. All right, so this is the driver's side. It's starting to dry up real well. Oh, I need to hit it right there real quick. It will dry to almost nearly a flat finish, and then we'll clear it. I'll show you what the passenger side looks like. It's been cleared, and it's good and dry, so you can kind of get an idea from that. I mean, this stuff looks great. It looks like a new one, to tell you the truth. And you can use Armor All on it. It'll perform pretty much like the vinyl did. Looks great. Oh yeah, so I went down to Columbia on a Saturday driving the Maverick, and notice this. Next to the old no-tell motel, which has been torn down, there's a tent. And in that tent, see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. You can get your meat. 20 ribeyes for $40. I don't know about you, but USDA inspections, none of that means anything to me. I want to get my meat from a tent on the side of the road with no known refrigeration, it would appear. Because this looks like it would be a safe way to get your food. And it looks like they've changed the 40. Maybe it was 30 before, but who knows. But I'm not sure that that would be where I would want to get my next meal from, is the meat tent. Oh, look at here, look at here. 72, I think. Ford Good Humor truck. You can rent this for your wedding or hipster party, whatever it is. And it actually has a refrigeration unit. That's what's underneath here. Right here, the refrigeration unit. The refrigeration unit's in there. This is part of that. And it's got the bells. Nice. However, and the icebox works, there's nothing in it because it hadn't been running. There's nothing in it because it hadn't been running, but the head gasket's blown on it, so I think it's a straight 6. So they got to fix that if they're going to drive it anymore. But it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. If you had an ice cream truck, you can make friends and influence people. Okay, so I'm at the point now that I'm ready to put in the windshield, and what we need, well, let's try that again. All right, I'm at the point where we're ready to put in the windshield. I got my urethane fast cure. I've got primer that I need to put on it real quick, and then I've got a helper here. Here's the helper. Oh. This is one thing that you really need 2 people if you don't want to break the damn windshield. This is really a thing you need 2 people if you don't want to break the windshield. So I'm going to go ahead and put the primer around the flange here and on the windshield, and then I'll get the urethane ready, and then we'll pick back up ready to install it. That was some crappy primer. Usually they come with a little brush in the bottle. This one didn't. It has a little. So I just slathered it on there. That's a southern saying. I slathered it, and it looks okay. No problem. It'll be fine. Calm down. The primer dries black. I went around the edges of the windshield in here, and then we'll put the urethane in. But you know what? I've never had a problem with it leaking or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and slap the urethane on, and we'll be good to go. I always use an electric caulk gun. You can see I've used the crap out of this Milwaukee one, but trying to do this by hand is really a pain. So a electric caulk gun is your best friend at this point. Alright, looks good. Slap that baby in there. So we're just gonna pick it up, lay it in there and kind of center it just a little bit, and then just lightly press to flatten it out in there. Okay. So we want to flip it over. Grab it like this. Yeah. Just kind of lean it at the top. Got it? Just hold it at the top. Hold it at the top. Just want to kind of press I can tell you that during the summer, it is much softer than in the winter to put in a windshield. But it looks good. Just let her sit. It's gonna harden up overnight and it'll be great. I'll put the windshield wipers on, clean up just a little bit more, and we'll be nice. I gotta get a little bit of that goop off the top, but other than that, it looks great. Alright, so that's going to be it for tonight. I am tired, worn out. There's Taco Bell with my name on it because you know that's what I need to eat. The Jeep is looking actually pretty fantastic. I am very proud of it. Hopefully by the end of the week I'll be taking it for a test drive, maybe with a top on it, who knows. But Jennifer's like, I'm ready to drive it, I'm ready to drive it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even finished with it. But as soon as we get done with this, I've got another TJ to get painted. It's not going to be as involved as this one, I don't think. I'm just going to do the exterior, shoot it, be done with it. But that'll be a fun little project. Appreciate you watching. Any questions, comments, post them below. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.